Siemens Energy. Terms and conditions apply, saving off our standard unit rates.
Zyrtec solution provides all year-round relief for troublesome allergy symptoms. Zyrtec solution contains cetirizine. Always read the label carefully and ask your pharmacist for further details. Movies and booze.
1890-453-106 is our local number. Our text number is 53106. That will cost you 30 cents. You can follow us on Facebook or on Twitter, or send us an email to afternoon@newstalk.ie. It is time for Movies and Booze. James Mullen and Esther McCarthy are with us once again. Mac in Cavan says the tuna diet works well as the high levels of mercury in tuna from the Sea of Japan is a very effective diuretic or enema. So that is the effect it has upon you. Nice. What about Christian Bale losing all his body weight for the machinist? Well, you can't. How can you lose all your body weight? Then
you'd be invisible.
Then you wouldn't exist anymore if you lost all your body weight.
He'd also load though, like the photos of him in that film are quite shocking.
He goes up and down there quite a lot.
Yeah.
But could it be that the baddie in Star Trek just put on some sort of a bodysuit that though his head was bigger? But oh yeah, you never saw his body actually. It was always some class of a coat.
It could even be special effects.
It could be
like
that
they did with 300. I know the cast of 300 were very upset because they did boot camp and sit-ups, and then they kind of special effected in their pecs, and they were like, we did do a bit of work as well, you know.
Yeah, that was just something for us to draw on, all that work you did. Do you know where in Ireland I can buy Houghton's wine from Western Australia?
I don't actually. If you get onto Wine Australia, they're wineaustralia.com. They have an office down in Ballybourne. They'll probably be able to help you. Just Google it and it'll come up. John McDonald runs Wine Australia. He'll be able to help you.
I have found that British wine tends to be low alcohol and also tastes like Ribena. Is this always the case?
No. If they mean wine that's actually made in England, English wine, and there's Welsh wine as well. It's very good. They make incredible sparkling wines, absolutely fabulous. They've got some very good white wines. Yes, because it's a cooler climate, marginally, you know, it's right at the level of 50 degrees north, which is where the vine, or the Vitis vinifera, to give it its Latin name, showing off, is grown. Then it means that there's not a lot of sunshine, so the fruit tends not to be as ripe. But no, it would probably be about 12%.
Yeah, well that's not. Is there an actual definition of what is then low alcohol wine?
Yeah, low alcohol. The definition of wine is it's grape juice that is crushed and then fermented between an alcohol volume of 8% and 15%. That's what's legally defined as wine, right?
Yeah.
So what they do for these low alcohol wines, in this particular case, they use a kind of a filtration system called reverse osmosis to try and that takes they harvest the grapes at night so that they're cooler. They try and reduce the amount of sugar that's in the crushed grape must, because the less sugar there is, then there's less sugar for the yeast to consume, which means there'll be lower alcohol. And then just to take the alcohol down, that extra 2 points, they use this filtration system, and that means that the alcohol comes in this particular case, in the McWilliam wine, at about 8%. And there's a number of them at the moment. Like last year, Jacob's Creek launched their Cool Harvest range, and they have a Sauvignon Blanc, a Vermentino, and a Shiraz Rosé, and they're about 10%. Blossom Hill, which is a Californian company, have just launched a new one called V, and it's got an ABV, or alcohol by volume, of 5.5%, which means it's technically not wine, and it'll actually be the duty on that will be a lower rate because it's under 8%. So because the taxation on the alcohol is based on the on the amount of alcohol in the wine. And then this wine, which is the Harmony range from McWilliam, is a Semillon Sauvignon Blanc. This is Australian, and actually both wines that I'm featuring today are what we call wine geese wines, because I want to talk a little bit about that later on. So this is a wine with an Irish heritage per se, but the key point is that it's one of the lower alcohol wines.
Is there though also a trend where a lot more wine producers are making like your 15% wine?
No, because the consumer is moving away towards away from the higher alcohol. It's consumer demand that's actually driving this. You know, people are more people are watching what they eat. People kind of cutting back on. They're more concerned about like their alcohol intake. They like to have a glass of wine. They don't want it to be too heavy, and so they prefer the lower alcohol wine. So it's all just about people taking more care of themselves now, and that's one of the things that's driven the sort of the low alcohol phenomenon. And of course the industry has kind of met the demand by there's more and more of these wines now being produced, and this is a trend that's going to continue for some time. Well, it is within the industry. This is within the wine industry, certainly. That's what all the pundits are telling us. It's a bit like how Esther knows that there's going to be a Fast and Furious 7, you see.
Yeah.